Hello, dear. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
Great. You're looking very good. You're looking gorgeous.
Thank you so much. You also look awesome. Look, the shirt and the taggings and this. Oh my gosh, you look so awesome.
Thank you. I'm blushing. Can you see? All right. What's your name?
My name is Singita.
Where are you from, Singita?
Originally, I'm from Limpopo at Guyana, but I'm currently staying in Midrand.
My name is John Hosanov.
John. Okay. John, where are you from?
I'm from Mpumalanga.
I'm Tsepiso.
Tepiso, where are you from?
I'm from Mpumalanga.
What's your name?
I'm Success.
Success. Okay. Where are you from, Success?
I'm from Oliphants.
Hi, Heidi. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, and you?
I'm great. What's your name?
My name is Lilita Jojo.
You got such a lovely name.
Thank you so much.
Where are you from?
Personally, I'm from Coxted, which is in KZN, but originated with my parents' biological place. It's in Matatia. Guys, ndiyandithanda kakhulu bomtase bontanga ndiyandithanda kakhulu ndim uLilita ixhosa leyo ndiyandithanda. Peace.
A warm South African welcome to you guys. The world is full of diamonds and gems, and today on the Street Quiz, we are about to get some of them. Brought to you by Moa Iman. Enjoy. What century are we currently living in?
21st century.
Thank you for the word so sweet.
In that case, how many centuries have you been alive for?
I think one.
So how many years are there in a century?
365, I think.
What century are we currently living in?
2019.
How many centuries have you been alive for?
13.
God, why now?
So what century are you currently living in?
We're living in the 21st century.
That's my Juliet.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it has to be 21st century.
Okay. How many centuries have you been alive for?
0.
You smart.
0.
0.
Also,
Because it takes 10 years for one century to be made up.
What?
Am I right?
Go and ask your grandfather.
so in that case, are you less than 10 years?
Oh my God.
It was at this moment that Emily knew she up.
Oh, no, I'm not less than 10 years.
Will you keep quiet?
Like I'm 18, but okay, I don't know.
You talk too much.
So how many years are there in a century?
Probably 100. 1,000. Should we go upper?
Go and ask your grandfather.
Your final answer, 100 or 1,000?
Okay, 1,000.
So 1,000 years make a century.
Yes.
What century are we currently living in?
21st century.
21st century. So how many centuries have you been alive for?
0.
0. Okay, so how many years are there in a century?
I think 100.
What century are we currently living in?
I believe it's the 21st century.
You smart.
And how many centuries have you been alive for in that case?
18.
Jesus!
I don't die.
18 centuries, eh?
Yeah. 18.
So you're 18 centuries old.
Yeah. I can say something like that.
Shut up, my friend.
How many years are there in a century then?
How many years are there in a century? I think 10. Something like 10.
No.
10.
No.
10.
No.
10 years make one century, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Really, nigga?
You will end up in McDonald's.
How many years are there in a decade?
Decade. Oh, decade is 10.
Bruh.
Hey.
It was at this moment that he knew he up.
Yeah, I think decade is 10.
Century?
Century, I think it's 100, something like that. Yeah, century is 100.
Thank you for the word so sweet.
What century are we currently living in?
In the 20th century.
Good.
In the 20th century. Okay, so how many years are there in a century?
One century makes about 10 years.
Bruh. Have you lost your mind?
Yeah.
How many centuries have you been alive for?
Me? Yeah. It's about 22. I'm going on the third one now.
What?
Does it make sense?
I don't know. It's the second one. I'm going on the third one.
Shut up, bro.
So you're almost 3 centuries old.
Yes.
I hear me. Okay, I swear to God, I don't tire for you.
You're a special human being.
Yeah, I'm especially, man.
Come on for my frogs to be this guy.
What century are we currently living in?
21st century.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure.
So, how many centuries would you say you've lived through?
2.
Look at you.
2 centuries.
Hey!
Alright, so how many years are there in a century?
10 years.
Hey!
And how many years are there in a decade?
100.
What year are we currently living in?
It's 2019.
So 2019, so what century are we currently living in then?
27.
Hey! I die.
27th century.
7th century. Yeah.
Final answer?
Final answer, 27th century.
Come on for my frogs to be this guy.
How many centuries have you been alive for?
27.
Hey! Yapasi.
So how many years make a century?
It's a 1 year.
Look at him like a cockroach.
1 year is equal to 1 century.
Yeah.
What century are we currently living in?
The 25th. The 20th. 20th.
That is not correct.
And how many centuries would you say you've been alive for?
It's 2.
2. No? Alright, so how many years make a century?
10 years make a 1 century.
What?
10 years make a 1 century.
Better get out of this place.
So how many years make a decade?
It's almost like a decade, yeah, is that one of 10 years. Then a century is made by 10 decades.
You smart.
What century are we currently living in?
20th century.
Oh, no.
So how many centuries have you lived through?
2.
You know when?
So how many years has a century?
Century takes 1,000 years before it repents or changes.
Bruh. You are disgracing me.
What year are we living in right now?
2019.
Are we living in AD or BC?
I think BC.
BC. What century are we currently living in?
Approximately 2000 century.
Bruh.
My friend, I'm disappointed in you.
Okay, so how many centuries would you say you've been alive for?
Not even 1.
Not even 1. Okay, so how many years make a century then?
I think it's 100 years.
You smart.
How many centuries have you been alive for?
2 centuries.
How many years are there in a century?
Maybe 100,000. I don't know.
What century are we currently living in?
We're living in the 2nd century.
Jesus, I don't die.
How many centuries have you been alive for?
17 centuries.
Misguided elements.
You are 17 centuries old, no?
Yeah.
Really, nigga?
What is wrong with you?
So how many years are there in a century?
It's like 14 years, right?
No.
How many years are there in a decade?
I think it's 11.
That is not correct.
What century are we currently living in?
In the 9th century.
Wait, did I hear you say?
In the 9th century.
You know, get sense.
How many centuries have you been alive for?
I'll say 8.
Yeah, 8 centuries old.
Yeah.
So what century are we currently living in?
19.
How many centuries have you been alive for?
19.
So how many years make a century?
19 years.
I paid for your school fees to go and learn.
Vertical is like this. Horizontal.
What?
Horizontal
Ordinary English, you can't speak. And you talk say you go to school.
is like this.
Okay.
That's my Juliet.
Horizontal, it's left to right, and vertical, it's up and down.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. What's the difference between vertical and horizontal?
Hey. Man, my head. Like it's straight, okay. And
Horizontal is straight. And vertical? Okay. So I want you to demonstrate vertical for me.
Out upwards. Yeah.
And the horizontal?
The horizontal ones that go straight like yeah, this one.
Okay, nice one, champ.
I forgot the horizontal, vertical.
Your life.
Vertical, horizontal. Yeah.
Can you add anything to it, an explanation to it?
vertical is perpendicular to the surface. Then horizontal can be parallel.
Thank you very much.
Horizontal and vertical. Vertical. Yeah, then horizontal goes like this. Yeah.
All right, nice one.
Horizontal is straight on the ground, and vertical is like yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice one. Where vertical line right now?
It's like then the horizontal one is going up. Yeah.
Okay.
horizontal and vertical. That's it.
I'm disappointed in you.
Vertical, I think it's a line that goes from up to down, and then maybe horizontal from left to right.
You smart.
The horizontal, vertical. This is vertical, and this is horizontal. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
My name is Pablo.
Pablo, what?
I'm well known as Pablo.
Pablo, are you in any way related to Escobar?
Not. Yeah, when it comes to the money, you can say that, but yeah, you can. I'm not. Obviously.
Okay, so can you bust some lines for me right now?
Okay, you haters better fall back. No offense, but you're more whack. Put this demons in the coffin. I will bury them so fast. You're so dead. Go to the Shwell and the talk. I fit Ahmed. I'm rapping. I'm an Ahmed. It's magnet. Khula bomb of rapper like a magnet. My mama used to tell me when they fight, you better fight back. Style like I say, Beaky, you nicky. They can't figure it out. This is style is a weak. It's a me. Sorry, Mickey Mouse. This is the real rapper, not your ordinary flows. Better respect. If not, somebody might get kidnapped. I'm down to your fault, to your kneecap. I'm the realest rapper. Even the blind man can see that. Yeah.
Wicked. Shout outs to Pablo.
Big Dada, Tebihu Hada, Kubosiga, Pufta, non stop. International, one chufraka, like a pipi helmet, jiggy. Better get out of this place. Damn bloody fool.
I want to shout out to Ragana. Please do subscribe their YouTube videos. This is Lilita. You can follow me _Lilita_. And you can follow me also on Facebook at Lilita Leo Jojo. Yes, and that's about it. I don't play Twitter.